morning.
Oh, good morning. I'm much better.
Are you don't feel well?
No, I had it's already.
Good morning, everyone. We will begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama for protection and permission to participate today in the divine plan of constructing a paradise on earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku prayer. Please stand.
Takamaharani kamsumarimasu. Kamurogi kamurogi omi koto mochite. Sumei oya kamu izana hino mikoto. Tsukushi no himuka no tachi hana no. Odo no ahagi alani misogi arai tamo toki ni narimaseru arai no o kami tachi moro moro no maga goto sumi kegare o arai tamai Kiyome tamae tomao suko よしよAmatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yorozu o kami tachi tomo Ame no fuchi koma no mi ni furitatete kikoshi mese to kashikomi mo maosu Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Kunnagara tamachi haemase Kunnagara tamachi haemase Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan, and for the privilege of chanting and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified, as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan.
Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
May God and Meishu-sama bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's preaching.
Courtesy. The essence of faith is to behave in a civilized manner, extending courtesy and consideration to all. The cause of all disturbance in the world is failure to practice the common principles of courtesy and respect toward others. An ideal country, a utopia, is a place where people are courteous and observe order, where all live in harmony, in God's peace and love. Since ancient times, it has been said, God is order. Indeed, this is a very important law that we should apply in every part of our lives. Throughout nature, we see how everything moves in accordance with this law of order. Think of the four seasons, for example. After winter comes spring, followed by summer, autumn, then winter again. In Japan, plum tree blossom first, then cherry trees, then wisteria, and then irises. By maintaining this sequence of birth, growth, death, and rebirth, year after year, without deviation, nature teaches us the importance of following the law of order in our daily lives. So there is an orderly sequence that we should observe, individually tailored to guide our correct conduct and activities. Order is the way of truth. So, to violate this law puts one out of harmony with God. Ignorance or indifference to this law will not absolve someone from the consequences of negative behavior. The difficulties one experiences in a life hampered by turmoil and confusion.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining Miroku Association Headquarters Morning Service. This morning, I want to share with you the faith experience of Gabriel Ortega Casaquevicius Arcari. He's from the São Caetano do Sul Johrei Center in Brazil. Gabriel is 11 years old. He was born into a Johrei family, and since he was a baby, he has received Johrei from his parents and grandparents. When he was 7, playing at school, he fell and broke 2 bones in his arm. He was in excruciating pain and had to be operated on to receive titanium wires. After the surgery, his parents explained to him that the life of Johrei was wonderful. It would help him get well quickly. Then they began to give him a lot of Johrei. They stayed with him day and night, so it was not necessary for him to take any medications. Within 2 months, he was completely recovered. By receiving intensive Johrei, his arm is doing very well to this day, without the need for medication. His father had been undergoing blood pressure purification for a long time and has had to be hospitalized a few times. In 2020, he could no longer dedicate at the Johrei Center because of the pandemic. So at home, they exchanged Johrei whenever they could. One day, his father got really ill because of high blood pressure. As had happened before, he had to go to the hospital. But before going, he suggested that Gabrielle, his mother, and 5-year-old sister all expressed gratitude for that situation. Only then they left their house. When his mother left with the car, his father asked her to drive very slowly. And for Gabriel and his sister, who already had the child locked, Shoko, to channel him Johrei until they got to the hospital. They didn't stop the Johrei channeling for even a second. Gradually, his father began to improve, and when they were close to the hospital, having the device to measure the pressure, he asked Gabriel's mother to stop for him to check. He found that the pressure was almost normalized. So they continued channeling Johrei for a few more minutes, and he soon said he was fine. He measured again, and the pressure had already returned to normal. With that, he didn't have to go to the hospital, and they returned home happy and relieved. With so many experiences with Johrei, Gabriel's faith gets increasingly stronger. Gabriel is thankful to God and Meishu-sama for allowing him to have this wonderful light in his life. He can't wait to receive the sacred focal point of Hikari, to give Johrei to many people outside his family and make them happy. Thank you very much for attending this morning service of the Johrei and Miroku Association headquarters. I wish you a very blessed day. Thank you very much.
This brings to a conclusion our morning service. Thank you everyone for joining us. We wish you a very blessed day.